Hey, I'm Benny from SimTutor, and welcome to the series where I'll go over a small aspect of SimTutor and walk you through it, giving my tips and tricks as we go. Following from last week's episode, we will now look into how we can use those images that we produced from our video and turn them into an image sequence. We'll be covering things such as uploading images for an image sequence, correct ranges and start positions, and the image sequence scroll area. Let's get started. So we're just in a new sim in SimTutor, and what we have from last week are those images that we produced from our video. So you can see from 1 to 50, and you'll notice that our program generated each number from 1 to 50 sequentially as it goes down, which is what we want for the image sequence. Because if we go up to add step and add an image sequence, we want to upload. You'll see save your images in numerical sequence. So from 1 to 50, it'll upload in that order. So our sequence will be in the correct order, which is great. So just before we upload that, we'll just give it a quick name. So we'll call this tap rotation. This is what our little demo is about. And you can just select all of these. So you can click and drag, you can click and then hold shift and then click again. And then you can select them all and then just simply drag that into this green box over here that lights up. And once that's uploaded, it will just process for a little bit, but you can see that we've got 50 images here, and you can actually just click through and you can see all the images and the change of our tap rotation as we do it. The instructions for an image sequence should kind of state that you have to click and drag, so something like this. Cool, so you see that the instructions there tell the user to click and drag, but also they tell them which is the correct way to go. So our image sequence is going to be starting off in the middle, and we want to make them turn the tap cold, which is one way, where the other way is wrong. So that's how we really test within our image sequence. And also you'll see here that direction for moving through the images, when we were clicking and dragging, because this image sequence is from right to left, if we set this from left to right, as we click and drag this way, it'll go the other way, which will misalign. So we're going to set this to right to left. I'll explain this a little bit more later on. And from now we can just click add. Cool, you can just close this little box up here and add a range. This is the next step we're going to do. This range defines the correct area that the user must click and drag to before they can submit. So for us, we want to have it into a cold temperature, which is on this side, as we see here. So we're going to click and drag this little section thing here, and we're going to put all the images that are correct. So from this point onwards, we'll say from this point here, maybe a little bit more like there, all the way to here is probably cold water, which is good, is what we're after. So that is the correct range. If we started now, we would actually load this step in this position right here, which is not what we're after, because we want to start in a neutral position to give them a fair chance to get it right or wrong. So you can actually just click and drag this and put that in the middle. So now it's going to load on that image, and then they'll have to decide whether they go left or right. So we'll just give that a go right now, and I'll show you what I mean. Cool, so here's our little step, and if we click and drag to the left, you'll see that it is still wrong. You'll see the red cursor. It's defining that it's still wrong. And then if I go to the right, get past that certain amount of point, it goes green, which is great. So you can see you can kind of move it around, and it goes green here, red here. So we're good. You can get it correct if you get here and click submit. All good. So there's our image sequence, just run down really quickly. If you have any questions about it, just email us at info@simtutor.com, and we'll see you next time.